countdown is on for WWE WrestleMania week in Orlando. Join us at the WrestleCon FanFest Friday, March 31st and Saturday, April 1st with over 150 top superstars and WWE legends available for autographs and pose photos. At the MWF booth, meet Shelton Benjamin, Zeb Coulter, and John Cena Sr. both days. For discount pre-sale tickets, visit BostonWrestling.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
The headline is that WWE Hall of Famer and wrestling legend George the Animal Steele has passed away at the age of 79. On a personal level, it has deeper meaning, as George was my favorite when I became a fan back in 1986, headlining the first live event I ever attended at the old Boston Garden, teaming with Hulk Hogan against Randy Savage and Adrian Adonis. Was very happy to have him make an appearance with us in the Millennium Wrestling Federation the weekend of WrestleMania 20, planning on putting together a much more thoughtful written piece on BostonWrestling.com shortly. The Michigan-born Steele had a very successful football career that was cut short due to knee problems in the early 1960s. His degree from Michigan State led to him becoming a teacher as well as a successful football and wrestling coach. To supplement his income, he turned to the king of sports, professional wrestling, and the rest is history. He wrestled under a mask as the student to begin his career out in the Detroit area, where he was part of Gary Hart's Army. The WWF champion Bruno Sammartino brought Steele to his Pittsburgh wrestling territory, where he ditched the mask, and he became known as George Steele. He then began a unique run in the WWF, where he would only wrestle at television tapings and occasional weekend house shows, but never during the week full-time except for summer vacation, as he was a school teacher. Steele would primarily wrestle for what was today known as WWE, as well as Detroit, for the majority of his career when the industry ran under the old territorial system, although he did compete in Georgia Championship Wrestling for a period in the early 1980s. Steele will forever be remembered for his babyface turn in 1985 on the inaugural edition of Saturday Night's Main Event, where he started to be managed by Captain Lou Albano. Shortly after the first WrestleMania, he went from a dangerous, violent heel to a teddy bear with a green tongue. That's the George that engaged me as a young fan. Steele fell in love with Miss Elizabeth, leading to a long year-plus feud with the WWF Intercontinental Champion Randy Macho Man Savage. The two of them squared off at WrestleMania 2. A year later, in front of 93,000 plus at the Silverdome in Steele's hometown of Detroit, Michigan, Steele managed Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to defeat Savage for the title in what many fans consider to be the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. At WrestleMania 4 in Atlantic City, Steele was part of an over-the-top rope battle royal won by Bad News Brown that was amusing, as Steele wouldn't enter the ring and ran around ringside. He began carrying a friend-slash-puppet named Mine. Unfortunately, Steele became ill with Crohn's disease, which forced him out of the squared circle, eventually becoming a behind-the-scenes road agent for WWE. The first time I was in a WWF locker room back in 1994, Steele was in charge of the event, and it was quite a moment hearing the man speak clear, intelligent English to the stars competing that night at the old Boston Garden. He had a brief comeback during the Attitude Era when he hooked on with the Oddities and Luna Vachon. Steele was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 1995. He played a big part in the movie Ed Wood, which won a couple of Oscar awards, playing, of all things, a pro wrestler named Tor Johnson. And boy, in real life, did those two look alike. Steele was also very active in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame that was established in 2002 in Amsterdam, New York. He also had one-offs with both WCW and TNA. There was lots of discussion about Steele's failing health within the industry over the past year or so. Bob Backlund posted a very sad message on Facebook this week about it. Steele had gone into hospice care before passing away Thursday night from kidney failure. We can only hope that it was pain-free and peaceful. I spent far more time around Superfly Jimmy Snuka in and out of the MWF over the years, and his passing stung. But the memories and details of the quote-unquote only in wrestling weekend and aftermath we spent with George in 2004 will always stay with me, and enjoyed our follow-up conversations in the ensuing years. Our thoughts go out to George's family, friends, and fans across the globe. May he rest in peace.